guest, Saley Barclay. How are you?
I'm great, guys. I'm excited to be live with you.
Awesome. Always good to have you here. I want to say hello because we are live on YouTube, on Thinkific YouTube, and also on my LinkedIn Live. So, we've never done that combination before. So
we're going to see what happens.
Let's just go with it.
The beauty of going live. And obviously, we've got a lot of creators here that want to know, how to do those types of things. So welcome. And if you haven't had the opportunity yet to check out day one from this content series, is absolutely fantastic. And I highly encourage you to go. Make sure you register straight after this and get right in there. But Sadie, thank you so much, mate. As always, huge pleasure to have you here. And we're just thrilled you've been able to provide some super value to the community.
I'm happy to be here with you guys, as usual.
Awesome. Say, why don't you actually just introduce yourself, where you're at right now and what you do, and just tell people what you're working on as well.
Oh, sure. I am Saley Barclay. Hey, guys. I am a visual coach, a visual content creation coach, and I'm also a Thinkific expert. So I'm excited because I got to share from the aspect of video. So I started creating video years ago and transitioning into creating courses. So I got to speak from, being a video creator and just really niching down and understanding what I want to share with my audience, how I wanted to interact with them, and what was my goal for them going through my course content. I got to share all of that. I feel like YouTube is such an amazing platform. We're already educating, and we should definitely bring that into courses and course creation so that we don't have to depend on Google AdSense or, other ways of getting paid. If you're working with a brand, because I came from the influencer side, you have net 30s and net 60s, which are like days out that you get paid. You don't want to go through all that. So I was able to create my own income through online courses using the Thinkific platform, and it was definitely a game changer. So I share all about that, things that you need to look out for when you're creating online courses as a YouTuber. Yeah, in my masterclass.
Awesome.
Yeah. I was going to say that one of the points you bring up is that you call it like edutainment, and the fact that most content creators or people that are on YouTube right now, or even if they're creating video content, I remember you saying that they're like in the top 1% already of in terms of an advantage because they're already doing it.
Right.
Now we just got to figure out how to get them to start making money. But we want to give a quick shout out as well. We've got Sarah, we've got DJ, the mobile food booth. You can come by the office as well after the live. I'm absolutely starving. We've got Nikki join us. We've got Benjamin. Hello everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. It is a real pleasure. And again, for everyone that's joined us on Rob's LinkedIn. I want to say hello to Brian Schulman, Diana, Dancing Diana. We met both of these awesome people last week. Ryan, who's also there. So let's make this really interactive. Okay, so we want to answer your questions. If you haven't checked out today's sessions yet, so the YouTube Creator Summit has opened up today. Today's day one. So just to recap, I'm going to share my screen here so you can kind of see who spoke this week, or today. So give me a second. So here's the page. So go ahead and maybe Patty, you want to drop the registration link in there? Okay, perfect. And then so we have some really awesome speakers today. So day one, we had our good friend Tim Schmoyer. We saw him at VidCon last week. Hey Tim, Sunny Lenarduzzi, who's fabulous, Vancouver local, just amazing at what she does on YouTube. Rob Wilson with vidIQ, and of course Saley Barclay. One and only. So super awesome. Like lineup for day one. We came out like running for day one. It's like the Mount Rushmore of like video content creation. Do you know what I mean?
I absolutely
completely blown away. Thank you so much, Sadie, for coming on board and sharing your expertise with us.
Of course.
Absolutely. So Saley, I don't want to get into your whole, Saley has prepared an awesome masterclass, and so you guys can find that inside of the summit. So just go ahead, find the link in the chat, and you can get in there and access all of the speakers talks from today, and also for the next couple of days. There's going to be way more speakers as well. But say maybe just like sum it up. Like what is the main idea that you shared, when it comes to, using YouTube for your online courses?
I feel like it's really important to have a goal that is external from, the income that you're able to make on YouTube, right? So, for me, even with my students, a lot of people, like if you come into my group or my community saying that you want to go viral, that's not the goal here. The goal is really to educate people and help people move from point A to point B. And, you're able to do that on YouTube. And so that's a beautiful place to get people to start knowing you, obviously building that relationship and that trust factor so that when it comes time to create your content for your course, it's an easy upsell, right? Because they already know you. They've already been building a relationship with you. So just turning that attention away from Google AdSense and going viral and the anxiety of all of that stuff and just giving value and value that you can definitely create at a deeper level in your course. So in your YouTube videos, you're sharing, the what's of things. And in your course, you can share like a really good process of the step-by-step how to achieve that full thing. So yeah, I think that was the main thing for me. I'm a smaller YouTuber, I'm a smaller influencer, and I use that to my advantage because I'm able to create even deeper relationships with my people. And, I'm creating content with a strategy. So I'm not just, creating everywhere, in that I'm able to really strategically create an income from what I do. So it's like you get to go full-time, or what YouTubers call full-time YouTuber. You get to do that faster, right? Because you're not depending on external sources of income. You're depending on a source that you can create yourself and control yourself. And so that's the thing. Like, I really want people to understand that and leverage your YouTube audience, because YouTube is a search engine. So you're able to leverage people coming in and finding you, in a way where you're able to build your email list, build your business, stand out as an expert. I mean, it's so many amazing things that are happening if you are already a YouTuber or looking to be one. But starting with strategy is really smart.
I know, again, don't want to take away too much from from the masterclass you taught, but you're saying to people, like, start with one particular skill, because that's start with one thing and then build up from there, and then don't be afraid to like really focus on that and start helping people. So I know one of the things that when I teach and I do our blueprint webinars, it's like what's like that biggest question that you always get asked by your friends, your colleagues, your peers, or the people, or like in this case your YouTube community. What's that number one question you're always getting asked? Because again, and so you mentioned this, it could well be different from what it is you're teaching. Because again, you're in the health and beauty world, and now you're in video content. Right.
Yeah, you're right. And I had to really listen to that, and it was also an innate desire as well. Like, if you know that something is nagging at you, think about it. If you have something that, if you're getting up every day thinking, I wish I can change the world in this way, then go do it. So for me, I realized that there was more joy in me helping other people to really get the confidence to get onto camera than me putting makeup on. So, it was such a transition. It was a very scary transition, because now I'm going from, showing people, oh, look at me, this is what I can do with, some lipstick, to now saying, this is what how you set something up, or this is how you even move with strategy, or this is how so it was definitely a transition. And then the beautiful part of this entire journey is learning that I will always be learning and growing, and I get to take these people along with me. That is the mind-blowing part.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Like, you get to, you build a community, right? So you're giving first. I wanted to go back to what you said earlier, where you kind of mentioned very modestly, almost meekly, like, I'm a small YouTuber. Like, I don't have a huge following yet. You have such a successful business, right? So I think there's a lot of people out there that, they don't want to start, they feel like it's too much. Like, there's channels out there with millions of subscribers. Like, we were at VidCon. There's kids out there with like millions of subscribers. And so
that was such an experience.
It is a little bit intimidating, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on what it is like, running a business and using YouTube, even with a smaller audience.
You know what? With a smaller audience, you get to test and try. You get to be so transparent. I don't have to be perfect. I can really show up and connect with my people. I can ask them what they think. I can reach out to them person to person. I just got off a call with one of my clients, and it was really a, hey girl, let's catch up call, So, you can get feedback in those ways. It's just such a really special relationship when you're a smaller influencer, and you have to notice that and tap into that. And when that happens organically, people start talking about you, people start sharing, so you will get your time to shine, you will get your time to grow. But focus on what's in front of you. Focus on the feast that is in front of you, and you'll get to that place. I'm thinking about food, Patty, but yeah.
I was just going to say, and this leads me quite nicely into some, because I was actually thinking about this before you mentioned feast, but now this is very personal. So we were talking about, you talk about developing your secret sauce. Your secret sauce is what's going to help you stand out, in your audience and in the pack. But obviously, with all sauces, either the longer you leave it, usually the better it gets. I guess it's more for a barbecue sauce. But with sauces and everything else, you've got to develop your recipe. So you've got to keep trying. You've got to see what's going to work with your audience as well. So yeah, I had to get that segue in.
I know, and I just taught a whole class on course sauce this morning, so I'm still very hungry. But no, you're absolutely right. And a lot of people. So every good sauce has a base, right? And you are that base. So yes, there are lots of different people in your industry, but what is your sauce? What's your base? What's that thing that, well, you are that thing. So obviously tap into you, but your experiences, your journey, that's what sweetens your sauce and just makes it irresistible. So you tap into yourself as well, because people, especially on YouTube, are here for you.
Definitely.
That's awesome. That's it. Like, people, if you show up, then other people will show up for you, right? So I think one of the biggest things is consistency and just showing up and creating content. I want to like, you laid out so much in your talk inside of the summit, but one thing I did really want to ask you was, you made a point about talking about mastering different types of content, of video content. Can you just touch on that, just briefly, the different, like maybe the top types of content that you like to create yourself?
Well, so the thing is, different types of content really, and I love observing. I think that is one of the things that really gives me, a head on everything, because I like to see how people react to things. And I also am very self-aware, so I observe myself. And so a lot of times we're looking for a solution on YouTube, and we just get like a screen share, right? So there is you just get a person showing, all you have to do is open this file on this folder and tap here and move this, and then voila. Oh my gosh, yes, problem solved. Am I going to subscribe? No. Right. So, I look at myself, and if I think this way, then other people are thinking this way too. So you'll find channels with a lot of views, awesome, but their subscribers are like 100 subscribers, 1 million views, problem solved, and we move on, life goes on. However, if I'm creating a video and I show up on camera and I probably share a little bit about me, or, you see me, you're like, oh, this is a person. It's a real person. And then I give you the solution. There's a bit of a difference there, because now I'm like, who is this person? Like, okay, hey girl, and then I'm a little more inquisitive. Like, I want to see, like, let me go see what this channel is about. And, if I am the ideal subscriber, I like to say, for that person, then, hey, I'm subscribing because I want more of this, especially if it's quality, So I like to think about things like that. Like, what are you looking to do? Are you looking to grow your audience? Are you looking to grow your email list? Are you looking to sell to someone? Then a screen share is just not going to do it. So really understanding your difference of the types of video content that you're using is really powerful. And I also believe in using live video as a supplemental thing, because I feel like a lot of times we focus so much on live and we don't have a foundation to send people to. So that's another thing. Like, going live is really important. It's amazing, actually. But also be sure that you have a foundation or a path that you're leading your people along.
Yeah, that's a great point. Because that actually plays a lot into your, when you create a course, generally you have to give that outcome, but you've still got to give them something next to do. What's next, what's next, and then that's obviously how you can create more products, create a membership site, maybe do a mastermind and stuff like that comes with it. So want to quickly do a question. Questions come out, and it's from Sarah Dawn. So Sarah, thank you so much for this.
Sarah.
And it says, I can't really comment to this. My Persian's still really basic right now. But any advice for creating bilingual content? So I'll throw this over to both of you. I've got
a thought on that. But Stay, you want to go? You have a thought on bilingual content?
I would have to think about that because I have not. But what do you mean specifically? Like on YouTube or for your courses or?
Yeah. Okay, so
it will be different.
Follow up with that. So Sarah says, especially bilingual content when one of the languages isn't very big. I mean, I'm going to give you like my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, I already have an answer, but you guys might cover it.
Yeah, like create the content for for your audience. If you have a
that's a sweet spot.
Even if they're small, like small, might have 20 people, but if they're always there and they're always showing up and they're always giving you value back, then why not create them that video? Like what's the, I'm sure there's going to be ways that you can compartmentalize like the fronts and bumpers and all the other edits. But if you maybe if there's one key element where you're going to be speaking your either like native language or whatever it is, instead of English, for example, then do that. But so Sarah wants to do one in Welsh and English. So Welsh, I can't speak any. I'm from UK, but I don't speak any Welsh. But that's I would imagine, Sarah, that there's definitely going to be a demand for that. So
that's a sweet spot.
What's your thoughts there, Say?
I think it's a sweet spot. So if you are, if you are catering for a specific audience who speaks a specific language, I think that is amazing because then you can use that as your ladder, right? To definitely stand out. I feel like if you're talking about courses, one thing that you could look into is transcription. Right. So with Thinkific, you're able to upload your SRT file. I don't know if you can transcribe it into Welsh because I've never done that. But think about it like, if I'm watching a movie that is in Japanese and I have English subtitles, right? So think about it in that way. And also another way would be to provide your transcript as a document as well.
Right.
And have your timestamps so that they know what you're speaking about, in each part of the video, No,
that's really good tips. That's what I was going to say. And just to piggyback on that, Sarah, one thing I have seen, there's a couple brands that I've seen that have created a separate YouTube channel. Like they have a main one that's in English, and then they have the same videos, but dubbed with like Spanish. And it's a totally separate, I forget the company. There was a company in at VidCon that did that for brands. Duolingo or something like that. But
Duolingo,
created a totally different channel. So
I think you should do that. That's a sweet spot. It's a niche, so you're going to be even more powerful.
Yeah, and then that's actually a good point. Like Zayli, you one of the first things you mention is that you say, don't be afraid to niche down further than perhaps you may think.
Right. There's a question here that's really good. How do you decide from the dopest truth? Hey, how to decide what's free and what's the paid offer? That's like the $1 million question.
I know.
I feel like YouTubers, that's kind of the question. It's like, hey, I'm giving all my content away for free on YouTube. How can I get people to pay for it inside a course? So, what's your thoughts?
You know what? I am not going to answer that because I covered it in depth in my class.
There we go. So there you go. Say we'll answer that inside. And so, to set that up, Patty, why don't you drop the link again?
Yeah, so we're going to drop anyone that's
joining. If you're just joining us, give this a like, leave a comment in the actual YouTube video. This will help us get the word out to as many people as possible. Also, if you're on LinkedIn Live, leave a comment. Let us know where you are. I know I recognize a lot of the people that, hey, Pat, I see, hey, Brian, all these people on LinkedIn as well. But if you're just kind of discovering and finding out about this live, then just leave a comment. Love to connect with you afterwards. Awesome. you want to see if there's any other questions that we can answer?
Let's see. There was one here about how do you actually go about and create the content. This is actually covered off in Zaylee's talk. It's actually covered off a lot in Tim Schmoyer's talk as well. So encourage you to go check it out.
I did. I put so much into that class. Go watch it.
That was amazing. It was amazing. I'm not going to spoil it, but what I will say is start with your outcome and work backwards from there.
Yes.
That's enough. No more.
That's
no more.
You can sign up for my no.
Awesome. Say, I think let's end it off here. I think there's some really good questions. Leave a comment if you have questions. We're not trying to ignore you guys, but we want to make sure that you guys, we don't want to repeat it because Saley's already done an awesome job inside the presentation. So go there, register. You can then catch all of her talk and also everyone else's talk today. But leave a comment if you have any questions afterwards. We're going to be doing this for the next couple days, I believe. So
if you want to see us again, let us know. If you want another host, we're pre-selling this. So if you want a different host, then we can make that happen as well. There's one question actually that came in, which is from TESOL Canada. And it's, does Thinkific allow for completion certificates? 100%. And you can get that on our Pro and Growth plan. TESOL will be, I'll reach out to you after this. I'll send you some more information.
Fantastic. Oh, and what's Saley's channel? Really quick.
Notice.
Say, why don't you just drop your channel? What's your channel?
Wait. I can't even find it.
If you search for Saley Barclay, there's
only
one.
Google me.
There is only one Saley Barclay anywhere. So on Earth.
You'll find it if you do search. Yes.
Yeah, you'll find it. You can't miss Saley. Also, follow her on Instagram. Her Instagram game is legit. Awesome. Anything else? I think we're gonna leave it off there. Again, thanks everyone for joining. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. We are going to be paying attention to the feed. If you haven't already, go and look up Thinkific Studio on Facebook. That's where our community lives. So that's where, I think over 15,000 course creators hang out on a daily basis, sharing ideas, strategies, best practices, answering each other's questions. Our team is there as well. And then Patty will drop the link to register for the YouTube Creator Summit again. I think that's it.
That's it. We've covered all the bases. So now we want to see you there, and let us know what your thoughts are once you've watched the content. Tag Zaylee, tag Tim, tag Sunny, and tag everyone else. So let us know.
All right.
Tag Rob.
Okay. Say, did I miss anything? Where else can people connect with you if they want to work with you, ask you questions, anything like that?
You can find me over at zayleebarclay.com, and you can find out more about how you can work with me over at www.startshootgrow.com. I have a few amazing masterclasses coming up that are free, and you do not want to miss them. They're going to be very saucy. So
very saucy.
Very saucy. There you go. So great. We'll end it off. Patty, one dad joke before we go? One dad
joke. What's sticky? What's brown and sticky? A stick. There you go.
All right. And with that, we're done. All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.